Waking a sleepwalker is not dangerous. Gently guiding them back to bed is safer than letting them wander. Bulls don't get angry at the color red, they are colorblind to it. They charge at the movement of the matador's cape, not its color. Goldfish don't grow to the size of their tank. They grow normally, just like every other animal. Touching frogs does not give you warts. Dropping a penny from a skyscraper can't kill someone, mainly thanks to air resistance. Hair and fingernails don't continue to grow after death. The skin dehydrates and retracts, giving the appearance of growth. Sharks can't smell a drop of blood from miles away. Even though they do have a really strong sense of smell, that claim is just exaggerated. Humans didn't evolve from modern monkeys. We share a common ancestor, but we evolved on separate branches of the evolutionary tree. Eating carrots does not improve night vision, even though they are good for eye health due to vitamin A. The Earth isn't closer to the sun in summer. Seasons are caused by the tilt of the Earth's axis. Dogs don't age 7 years for every human year. Aging varies by breed and size, and smaller breeds often live longer than larger breeds. The color of your tongue doesn't indicate your health. While some diseases can cause changes in tongue color, a healthy tongue can vary in color for many benign reasons. Vein blood is dark red, not blue. Veins appear blue due to light scattering through the skin. Eating sugar does not directly cause type 2 diabetes, but it can contribute to obesity, which is the real cause of it. Dogs aren't colorblind. They can see colors, just not as many as humans. They see shades of blue and yellow, but have difficulty distinguishing between red and green. Drinking 8 glasses of water is not a universal rule. The amount of water a person needs varies and includes water obtained from food and other beverages. There's no evidence that points to the fact that eating ice cream while you have a cold makes you sicker. The idea that people swallow a certain number of spiders while sleeping is a myth with no basis in fact. Taste buds aren't only in your tongue. They can be found on the roof of the mouth, the inside of the cheeks, and the throat. It's not true that different parts of the tongue taste different flavors, since all taste buds can detect the 5 basic tastes. Coffee doesn't stunt your growth. Reading in dim light doesn't cause permanent eye damage. It can only cause eye strain. Houseflies don't have a lifespan of 24 hours. They usually live for about 20 to 30 days. There is no historical evidence to support the claim that Vikings drank from the skulls of their enemies. The Earth's core is not molten lava, it's liquid metal, mostly iron and nickel, but the inner core is solid metal. Mount Everest isn't the closest point to space. Due to the equatorial bulge, the summit of Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador is the farthest point from the Earth's center, and thus closer to space than Mount Everest. Houseplants don't increase indoor oxygen levels significantly. They increase it in really small amounts, which does not really make a difference. Dogs' mouths aren't cleaner than humans' mouths. They both contain a large amount of bacteria, and neither is necessarily cleaner than the other. The brand name Adidas is derived from the name of its founder, Adolf "Adi" Dassler, not from All Day I Dream About Sports. Microwaves don't cause cancer, since they use non-ionizing radiation, which does not have enough energy to remove tightly bound electrons or cause cancer. Listening to classical music doesn't make you smarter. The Mozart effect suggests that listening to Mozart may temporarily enhance spatial temporal reasoning, but it doesn't increase overall intelligence or long-term cognitive abilities. There is no historical evidence pinpointing December 25th as Jesus' exact birth date. This date was chosen by early Christians to coincide with existing pagan festivals. The sun isn't yellow, it emits white light, which appears yellow from Earth due to atmospheric scattering. Wolves don't howl at the moon, they howl to communicate with their pack. The association with the moon is likely due to wolves being more active and howling more during the night. Frogs don't remain in gradually heating water, they jump out. If they are placed in already boiling water, they immediately die. Mice aren't especially attracted to cheese over other foods. Rubbing urine on jellyfish hit spots doesn't relieve pain. It can sometimes even worsen it. Rinsing the area with vinegar or salt water and removing tentacles is the recommended first aid. Fossil fuels don't come from dinosaurs, only a tiny portion. Most fossil fuels actually come from ancient plants. Henry Ford didn't invent the first automobile. It was Carl Benz, co-founder of Mercedes, who patented the first true automobile in 1886. Leaving your phone in charge after 100% doesn't harm the battery that much, since modern smartphones have built-in protections to prevent overcharging. Bears don't hibernate during the entire winter. They enter a state of torpor, not true hibernation, and can wake up and move around if necessary. Tomatoes aren't vegetables, they're fruits. Dogs don't just wave their tails when they're happy, they also do it when they're excited, agitated, or nervous. Cutting a worm will not make it into 2 worms, even though they have the ability to regenerate parts of their body. A duck's quack does indeed echo. Camelbacks don't store water, they store fat. You don't lose more heat from your head. The myth probably spread because the head is often the only uncovered part. The North Star is not the brightest star in the sky. That title belongs to Sirius. Water itself doesn't conduct electricity. Pure water is a poor conductor of electricity. It is the impurities and dissolved ions in water that conduct electricity. Eating at night does not make you gain more weight, since weight gain is determined by the balance of calories consumed versus calories burned, not the timing of meals. Twinkling stars don't turn on and off. They appear to twinkle due to atmospheric turbulence. Hippos do not produce pink milk. The myth likely arose from the fact that hippos secrete a reddish, oily substance called blood sweat, which acts as a sunscreen and antibiotic. Peanuts aren't nuts. They are legumes. There's no alpha wolf in wolf packs. They are typically family units led by parents. Porcupines cannot shoot their quills. While it is true that female praying mantises sometimes eat their mates, it is not a common occurrence in the wild. Milk isn't good for cats. Most of them are lactose intolerant. Coin flips aren't 50-50, it's slightly more probable that the side that was facing up comes out. If you want to discuss this video or suggest